The Yankees are on the verge of something huge, as multiple reports have the Yankees as being the most aggressive in the MPB market and adding two key players that would be key contributors to championship glory in 2026 and beyond. What are these moves? Well, I'll tell you here on another edition of Yankees Digest. What's going on, guys? Alex Brooks back here on Yankees Digest to give you guys everything surrounding the New York Yankees. The Yankees are getting ready to add some key players from the NPB and more in this free agency, and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about all of these moves. But before we get into this video, we're currently at 9,655 subscribers on this channel. We appreciate all the support you guys are giving us. So if you're tuning in on YouTube and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the New York Yankees and where you want them to add in this offseason. As we get right into this video, as we're talking about this offseason, we're talking about what the Yankees can improve on going into 2026. And I think this came up to me on Twitter and checking just social media, and it really got me thinking about this New York Yankees team. It got me thinking about who the Yankees could add that would just be difference makers. And I think when we're looking at the Los Angeles Dodgers and what they have been able to add in the MPB market, they obviously got Shohei Ohtani from the free agency when he left the Los Angeles Angels, and then now going and getting Yamamoto, Roki Sasaki, just having Japanese star power to go to LA, and that really helped them win the World Series, back-to-back World Series in 2024 and 2025. Now, a lot of the league is trying to replicate that. It's a copycat league. They're trying to get guys from the MPB to go over to the major leagues and really have that sort of effect and put them into conversations with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And I think that's huge moving to this prospect for the New York Yankees that the Yankees could get from the MPB. According to Brendan Cuddy of The Athletic, right-handed starter Tatsuya Imai has serious upside, and the Yankees are interested in him. They view him as many teams do, at least as a mid-rotation type, according to a league source. Though he's a bit undersized at 5'11", his fastball reaches the mid to upper 90s, and it comes from a low slot, a funky look for hitters. He also throws a slider, a cutter, and a splitter that is less consistent than his heater. And, a little bit more on Imai and what he can provide for the Yankees. This was an MPB scout talking about Imai and how he could fit with the Yankees in the Bronx, saying MPB scout on Tatsuya Imai's Yankees fit. His slider could be a real weapon against lefties in their park. He does need to command the split a little better and maintain the changeup, or right-handed hitters will give him some trouble. Overall, he's a great fit for that team. So that's very interesting, knowing that, an MPB scout and the New York Yankees in general, they kind of see Imai being the favorite going to the New York Yankees. I definitely think that him adding to this rotation, the Yankees just signed Ryan Yarbrough, so that was definitely something that needed to happen. I don't think Yarbrough is going to be the fifth starter. I think he is going to be a long relief type that the Yankees are going to add just to have some depth in their pitching rotation and also in their bullpen, because I think Yarbrough just provides another element to this Yankees pitching staff, because, if someone gets injured, Yarbrough can go up there and eat a lot of innings. So if you're looking at Imai and you're looking to add another potential superstar pitcher from Japan, this is the guy. This is definitely the guy that I would be very interested in getting to the Bronx. I made a video on him, a week ago regarding what he can provide for the New York Yankees. He's a 27-year-old pitcher who has the ability to pitch in high leverage situations. The thing about Imai and how he can go to the New York Yankees is that, to start off, he doesn't have to be the ace of the staff. There's a lot of other teams that if they get Imai, they're expecting him to really have that ace type of level stuff. If you go to the New York Yankees, you have about 3 to 4, you could say 3 to 4 ace caliber pitchers on the rotation so far. And having him to just come in there and work with the guys and learn from all of those great pitchers, it can be huge for Imai's development. And I think getting a guy who doesn't have to pitch big games to start off, but really develop his game, could be just huge for this Yankees team and Imai's developability to get and really have him perform when the going gets tough in October. He was 10-5 with a 1.92 ERA. And the thing that really jumps out to me about Amai is that he gets better as he ages. When he was 25, 26, 27, his ERA got much better and he was able to have better command each of those seasons in the MPB. 10-5, 1.92 ERA is great stuff from Amai. And, this was something that was interested to learn about Amai and what he was able to talk about, how he views his journey with his other team or with his next team in the MLB, saying every season I have played with the goal of winning the league championship and the Japan series, and that ambition will not change with a new team, Amai said. I will continue to compete with a strong desire to win, to do my best to contribute to my team's success. And what does that sound like? That sounds like a perfect fit for the New York Yankees, who have the motto as championship or bust. So getting someone who already has that sort of mentality that he goes on the mound and he wants to help a team win a championship, knowing that if you go to the New York Yankees, you will have the ability to pitch against possibly Shohei Ohtani and really try to outduel Yamamoto on the mound in the Los Angeles Dodgers. Just having that sort of rivalry and getting Amai in the Bronx could just be huge for the Yankees-Dodgers rivalry, for Japan and the MLB. It could just be huge knowing that Amai could really have a star-studded season in 2026 and really try to lead the New York Yankees to a championship. I know I'm just kind of speaking ahead on what Amai could provide, but he definitely has the star power. He definitely has the ability. He's 27 years old. He's not too young, and he can go in there and he can really have a chance at getting to the star level stuff that Yamamoto had in the World Series. So definitely think he's a really good fit for this Yankees team. But, with this rotation right now, when we look at Rodon, Fried, Gerrit Cole, and Cam Schlitter, those are going to be the top four. Those are going to be the top four, and those are going to be the guys that are in there. If Amai goes in there, he's probably going to be the fifth starter, and then dealing with Heel, Warren, and Schmidt, they'll just have to either put them as long relief guys or do something regarding those pitchers. But moving over to the other Japanese player, this could be something that the Yankees could double dip in the MPP market, and I think they definitely will try to do this just to have a leg up on the other teams. Kazuma Okamoto is a really good right-handed bat who also has great defensive ability. He has a great defensive skill set, great bat-to-ball skills, so he is really versatile with his game. He's a first baseman, third baseman hybrid, so he has the ability to really help the Yankees out at the third baseman spot and add some more depth at the first baseman spot, with Ben Rice just being the only first baseman on the roster right now. And then when you're looking at what he's able to do by the bat, he's looking better than Murakami, as Murakami has some, strikeout issues. But Okamoto, he impressed a lot of people who came and watched him, and he's going to get a little bit more money than Murakami. And I think the other thing to talk about with Kazuma Okamoto is that the Yankees need another threat in this lineup. They don't really have another threat behind Aaron Judge at this point, because it's a lot like Giancarlo Stanton, who's older. They have Ben Rice, who was doing pretty well, but are we expecting him to make a jump? That's something that you're going to have to look at with Kazuma Okamoto, to add another bat, a right-handed bat, where you can just really put in this lineup, put him right in front of or behind Ben Rice to have that righty-lefty matchup, and it can really help out this Yankees lineup moving forward. But, just a little bit on Okamoto and what he can provide to the New York Yankees team and how he's a great target for Brian Cashman is that Okamoto might be their next chase for an MPB star, and his versatile defensive skill set along with a well-rounded bat makes him an interesting target. On the surface, the Yankees don't have much room for him on the roster, but his versatility and the team's need for depth at DH could get him extended playing time in 2026, even if it's not anchored at one position. And I think that's what the Yankees want to do right now. They want to have guys who can play multiple positions. They want to have guys like what we saw in the deadline this past year. They got guys who can play multiple positions, outfield, infield, first base, and catcher hybrid with Ben Rice. So adding another guy who can be the DH, he can be in right field, he can be at third base or first base is just huge for this Yankees team moving forward. And to have him having the defensive side of the ball as well as the offensive side of the ball, it's going to command a lot of teams to try to get him, but having him in the Bronx could just be huge for everybody involved to help get some people an off day and just have a well balanced lineup. And when we look at just Okamoto and what he was able to do at the World Baseball Classic, 333 batting average. So he's faced major league major league pitchers before in the World Baseball Classic when they won in 2023 with Japan. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, and a 333 batting average. So he has that experience, obviously in a limited time, but he was able to perform and really put his name out there as a true target for MLB clubs. And, I think with what this infield is looking like right now, you have Oswaldo Cabrera coming back as being like a third baseman hybrid type of guy. You got Ben Rice, who is most likely going to take the first base spot. Ryan McMahon, who is going to be at third base at defense. But you look at these guys, besides Jazz Chisholm, I would say, who has the offensive ability to get the ball out of the ballpark and be a consistent hitter. Other than that, you don't really have someone who's going to be consistent with the bat. So Okamoto having the defensive ability and also having the threat on the offensive side of the ball, I think that's a perfect marriage for this Yankees team. So Okamoto fitting in this Yankees lineup. You can't have too many playmakers if you're the New York Yankees and trying to get a championship in 2026. But I want to throw it out to you guys. What do you guys think regarding this MPB market? Imai and Okamoto could be huge additions for this New York Yankees team. I definitely think they should get one, if not both of them, to just make a statement to the MLB and try to get that deep playoff run in 2026 and trying to help Aaron Judge get his ring in 2026. But that's going to do it for another edition of Yankees Digest. Appreciate all the support you guys are giving us on this channel. Remember to subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified of all of these videos. We're going to give you so much coverage going into this free agency as the winter meetings are going to start coming up, and any sort of signing is going to be right here on Yankees Digest. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's go Yankees, and let's get a star out of Japan.